welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast from Intensity Broadcasting of the Average Joe Northeast Dirt Tour. I'm Matt Knight, your host. Along with me tonight to call all the action is Alex Veith. Alex, how's it going this evening?
Good. I'm excited for this track. I love this track. Probably my favorite dirt track on iRacing.
Yeah, this is one we haven't seen this season yet, with no walls on the two ends. Looks like if you miss, you're going for a little bit of a ride.
Yeah, the high line here is fast, but you got to have a major pair of cojones to hang it out there with no wall to catch you when you jump the cushion.
Just checking out the last 3 minutes of practice here before we get into the heat races. Do want to shout out to the race sponsors here. YRD Designs. It's Brandon Newhouse Designs. Hit him up on Facebook for any iRacing designs you might need. Also Grace Excavation. That's Zach McMillan. You can reach them on Facebook as well, or you can give them a shout at 304-276-6795. And last but not least, we've got Team Fast Motorsports. That is Dustin Wendy. They're also on Facebook. You can also reach them at teamfastmotorsports.com. We've got 2.5 minutes left to go here. Let's take a quick look at the tower and see how the times are looking. And we've got the Dylan and Dylan up there right now running the fastest times. No, maybe not. Maybe not. This is not qualifying. My apologies. They're just up there because it's an order of best time for the session. So they're not the fastest on track right now.
I was running a little bit doing some test drive because I really like this track. And yeah, like I was about to bring up, if you hammer down, you can clear. If you hit it right, you can jump from turn 3 out into the pits. You got to shoot the billboards just right, but you can do it.
Well, let's see if we get a camera. I was going to see if we could get a camera angle of that. Let's maybe if we go all the way to Blimp. Is this the end? No, it's the other end. I'm going to take a quick gander here. The Blimp view doesn't really work well at this track, but you can't really see them. Tell you what we can do though. We've got another minute. I don't know that we'll be. There they are. So you got to clear the billboards. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a tough shot. I've seen it done. I have not done it. If you shoot the gap just right in the billboards, between the billboards, and you're hauling enough mail, you can land in the pits. Another cool thing is if you leave pit road fast enough, you will leave the ground. You will baja onto the track.
Well, let's take you through. We've got 11 people in this practice session that ends in 30 seconds. We've got Dylan Petty, Dylan Thomas, Randy Rockwell, Zach McMillan, Earl Jackson, Leroy Buscombe, Quentin Reed, Jeremy Bowman, Brent Homan, Dustin Wendy, and Matt Belt. And we'll hit them again as they grid up.
Yeah, I ran a little bit of test session before we watched Dylan Thomas try and kick a field goal. My fastest lap time was enough for a solid 12th place, about 4/10 off 12th place. So these guys are fast.
And it looks like we're getting ready to grid up here. I hope.
Eventually. Yep, they're gridding up.
Okay, let's bear with me. It looks like my iRacing just quit. I just got booted from iRacing.
All right. Well, I'll try and paint the best picture with the words as I can. 6 cars in this first heat. Dylan Petty in the 5P, Jeremy Bowman in the 40, Dylan Thomas starting third in the 03. Rolling out fourth is Brent Holman in the 49. Rolling out fifth is Matthew Belt in that 41 machine. 97, Zach McMillan in that 6th spot. We into turn 1, Dylan Thomas working the low line as well. Going down the backstretch, Brent Holman working the low line as well. Dylan Thomas moves up half a lane. Matthew Belt moves into the 4th spot. Dylan Petty dives low, catches the grass, washes up high. That opens the door for Dylan Thomas going down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Dylan Thomas works the bottom side, pulls a little bit of a slider on Dylan Petty, can't quite get it done. Dylan Petty charges hard on the outside, making a move, making a case for the lead up front on the high side. A little bit of a rivalry between Petty and Thomas. These guys like to swap it back and forth. Brent Holman wanting a piece of this action as Dylan Petty takes a slight lead out of into turn 1 and 2. Dylan Thomas has a little bit of a bobble that opens the door for Brent Holman to take the 3rd spot. It also opens the door for Matthew Belt to stick his nose in the action. You can throw a tarp over this top 4. You should start seeing the action on track that corresponds with what I'm talking about here shortly. Dylan Petty working the high side, making something happen. Brent Holman down low, making a case for the lead. Can't quite get it done yet. Dylan Petty slides down about a half a lane, trying to block that momentum. Side by side, 1 through 4, 5th and 6th back there having their own battle. Jeremy Bowen and Zach McMillan fighting it out for 5th and 6th. It's a two-way battle for the lead and a two-way battle for 3rd. Dylan Petty working about that middle line. Brent Holman working the bottom, trying to make something happen. Lap 8, we're about to complete lap 8, 2 to go here in the first heat. A lot of action, a lot of fast guys in this heat. Dylan Petty still hangs on the lead over Brent Holman. Dylan Thomas looking to get back up there in that 2nd spot. He is not okay with 3rd. There are points paid to the top 3 in the heats, and Petty and Thomas are dead tied coming into this round, so every point counts right now with as we're into the 3rd race of 5 in this 5-race season. And that is it. Dylan Petty wins it. Brent Holman 2nd, Dylan Thomas 3rd, Matthew Belt 4th, Jeremy Bowman 5th, Zach McMillan rounding out the 6-car field.
All right, looks like we're back up, everybody. Hoping for the best. Please hit us up on Facebook. Let us know what you're seeing. Let us know that you're out there and enjoying it.
I got up on my phone. It's looking pretty sharp. Your 5-car heat number 2 rolls out onto the track. Dustin Wendy starting up on the point. Number 171, Leroy Busham in the 2nd spot. In the 3rd spot, Randy Rockwell in that sharp-looking 181 ride with those gold foil numbers. Quentin Reed, your league commissioner in that sharp-looking 71 ride. And rounding out your field is Earl Jackson, who I believe won his heat race last week, rolling out in that 5th and final spot. I'm a sucker for spec map, I ain't gonna lie. So the chrome numbers on the 66 and 81 just that's icing on the cake.
A green flag is out. Let's go. Quentin Reed takes that high line.
Three wide back here for the third spot. Daryl Jackson throws it in hard, trying to secure the third spot as Dustin Windy and Leroy Busham are up there battling it out. Door to door onto the backstretch into 1 and 2. Dustin Windy on the low line. Leroy on the top, trying to make a move. Randy Rockwell hanging out high, wide, and handsome on that berm.
There it is, high, wide, and handsome. I was waiting for that to come out.
One of my favorite dirt races, late model, is known as the High Side Hustler. If anybody can tell me who that is, I'll give you 5 crisp internet high fives. It is still Leroy, Dustin Windy, Earl Jackson into that third spot, trying to make a move, get into that second spot, from take it away from Dustin Windy.
Leroy trying to check out, but they could catch him in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Randy Rockwell trying to get into this battle as well. Tight racing here at these this tiny little 4/10 bull ring. Brand
there
new
goes one.
Over the berm.
Caution is out. Let's see if we can.
Like I said earlier, it takes a major pair of cojones to run that high side, and that is why.
We'll get them re-racked and back under green with 4 to go to finish off this heat race. And then I believe it's on to the feature.
Yeah, and boy, these have been barn burners.
One more lap to get Leroy back up here. Or is Leroy? No, Leroy's in first. Who are we missing? Randy?
Randy Rockwell was the one who...
The 181 of Randy Rockwell. All right, we're good to go.
Green flag is back out. Earl Jackson pokes his nose underneath Dustin Windy, trying to make a move for the lead. Side by side out of turn 2, down the backstretch. It's a drag race. High side versus low side. Dustin Windy drives it in until he sees God and about runs over the 171 of Leroy Busham. Earl Jackson dipping a tire down there in the grass, trying to make something work down way, way low. Moves in that second spot over Dustin Windy thanks to that mistake.
The white flag should be out here.
White flag. Earl Jackson working the bottom, dipping his tire down in that grass. Drives it in, doesn't quite stick. That opens the door for Dustin Windy to take second, Earl Jackson third, Leroy Busham. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. Well, there it is. 50 lap A main rolling out. You want to run them down the grid? I'll give you the honor.
I'm hoping that we get some cars on the track here, and we can go through using the SDK driver details for it.
They're there. It's just they're tucked off in that little pit road.
Yeah, they're not quite on the track yet. Let's give this a shot. See if it'll let us do it.
All right, now they're rolling.
So we got the 171 of Leroy Buscombe. There's the 49 of Brent Holman. Boy, that's a sweet looking ride, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Then we got the number 5, Dylan Petty. The number 66 next to him, Dustin Wendy at Team Fast Motorsport, one of our sponsors. The 58 of Earl Jackson. This must be his home track, isn't Lernerville in PA?
I believe so. Yes, Sarver, PA.
Then the 41 of Matt Belt in the Carhartt machine. The 71 of Quentin Reed. The 40 there of Jeremy Bowman. I'm assuming that's Rochester, New York, but there's a lot of Rochesters. And the 97 is Zach McMillan, Grace Excavation.
11 cars, 50 laps. The pace truck is peeled off. We are about to go racing, kick tires, and light the fires. Leroy busts him off to a huge jump off the outside. Brett Holman working the bottom. Dylan Petty making it 3 wide, going down the backstretch. It's the drag race per second. Petty down low, Brett Holman up high. Tries to throw a slider, can't quite make it stick there. 3 wide back there. Thomas, Windy, and Belt. Slicing and dicing from lap 1. Brett Holman trying to make a move on Bussum. Can't quite make it work. Tags his door, gets a little sideways, gets collected.
That's
Windy.
going to bring it out.
Ooh, who else was in that? Is that the 58 Earl Jackson taking a big hit?
Well, let's go find out.
Banging doors, getting rough and rowdy on lap 1. Or lap 3, I guess.
Here it is, fighting for the lead. Looks like Brett Holman just misses the slide a little bit.
Yeah, looks like he just washed tags up, racing incident. Couple guys going to the hot pit, going to take a fast repair. Brett Holman knocked the nose cone off. Dylan Petty and all that excitement managed to take the lead there over Leroy Bussum. And Brett Holman running 3rd. Dustin Winnie still 4th.
You see a couple wave arounds happening.
Nah, those guys just come off pit road. Pace truck is off. We're about to light him back up again. Dylan Petty gets a huge jump. Dylan Thomas down below trying to follow him through. Thomas working the inside of Windy for that 2nd spot. Working way down low. Now he's working on taking the point away from Mr. Petty. Caution is out.
Let's see what happened right here.
Not 100%. There's a car off the track. Looks like the 40.
There it is. He had a little help.
Yeah, well, that was netcode. There was like a quarter mile between those two. Tough break for Jerry Bowman. A lot of fast guys in the back due to that last caution. Earl Jackson sitting 11th, Zach or Leroy Bussum in 10th, Brett Holman 9th. Two of those guys started inside the top 5, and they are back barely in the top 10.
We got a long way to go yet.
5 down, 45 to go. A lot of action up front already as the pace truck is off, and we're going to light him back up yet again. Dylan Thomas able to somewhat time the jump from Petty and stay on his door as Belt is working.
He's working that high line.
He's working the high line. They're 3 wide back there. Brent Holman looking to get back up front as Belt and Rockwell tag doors.
They did a good job.
Bussum right there too, trying to make his way back up front. Boy, it's a all-out brawl back here from 3rd back to 10th.
Yeah, not to take anything away from Dylan and Dylan up front here. We know what's going to happen there. It's going to be a battle for the lead unless something else happens here. But you're right, it is a battle royale from 3rd to 10th.
Brett Holman able to escape that hornet's nest back there, and he's going to set his sights on the back bumper of Petty. He is driving like a man on a mission. Matthew Belt down there working underneath Dustin Windy there. Almost made something happen. There's all kind of action back here.
Well, I thought for a minute we almost were going to go 3 wide there. And you know, Alex, there's room here to do it.
Oh yeah, this is a wide. It's wide, almost as wide as this long. It seems like. Matthew Belt working underneath Jackson, Randy Rockwell, not Randy Jackson. That's American Idol. Working the low line, gonna make the pass. Rockwell's looking to slide up. Ooh, makes a little bit of contact. Ooh, into the wall.
That'll bring out another caution. Again, we do want to thank our sponsors, Brandon Newhouse and Newhouse Racing Designs, Grace Excavation, and Team Fast Motorsports. Thank you. We appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share. Hit us up on all the social medias. You know, we do appreciate that. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We hope you'll check out some of our other series. We're looking forward to continuing our quest to bring you more types of racing, both dirt and asphalt.
There's one person who was that caution. It was the 49 of Brett Holman. He's able to reel these two right back in. But there's somebody who didn't want to see it. It was Dylan Thomas because he had stretched out to almost a half a second lead over Dylan Petty. Lights on the pace truck are off. We're going to rack them up 2 by 2. Thomas, Petty, Holman, and Belt, your top 4. Dustin Wendy 5th, outside looking in. Earl Jackson 6th.
I'm interested to see what happens here with those 3rd and 4th place cars.
Yeah, these guys, they're fast, and this top 4 really is the cream of the crop that I feel like we've found over the last 2 races. Matthew Belt throws it out way high. Not sure what come of that.
And didn't quite.
That was the caution. Didn't quite catch the cushion.
Let's rewind. See what we can see here.
Looks like he was looking for a cushion that wasn't there yet.
Did he just get a little too high too quick?
Yep, looks like he was hunting for a cushion that wasn't quite there.
He did a good job of keeping it out of the guardrail.
Yeah, kept it on all 4 rubbers.
And I thought he was going to be able to come back on track here, but...
Yeah, he almost had to gather back up there for a second, but not quite.
How much room is back there?
Oh, you got a mile. You got a mile back there before you hit anything. Top 3 still remains Thomas, Petty, Homan. Back-to-back cautions results in a single file start this time around. Pace cars off. They're stacked up. Green flag is out. On 15 down, Thomas is your leader. Petty working underneath. Single file as looks like the 4th place Earl Jackson is trying the high line, trying to make something happen to run these guys down. Thomas is beginning to stretch out his legs and get away from Mr. Petty. 0.6 of a second at the line. It's still early, but Petty needs to start finding a way to reel him back in because he's about to be under fire from the 49 of Brent Holman as he dives down low trying to make something happen. Not quite, but he's going to lose a lot of ground now. He's got to battle back with the 58 of Earl Jackson. All the way back here in there's a little bit of a separation between 4th and 5th. Got a 4-car breakaway and the rest of the pack behind him, as you can see just back there on the back of your screen. Earl Jackson, who's gotten around Petty, makes a move back around him down the backstretch. Nothing quite happening yet. Dylan Thomas still out to a 7.7 second lead. Brent Holman kind of dropping off the pace. He's going to fall into the clutches of Matt Belt here soon. Matthew Belt driving the wheels off that thing, trying to get back into that top 3. dipping a tire down in that grass, really working the absolute bottom.
Quentin Reed making a couple moves here.
He's hanging tough, trying to work, gets around Dustin Windy, sets his eyes on the other 71 of Leroy Bussum.
There's enough laps to do it yet. 25 to go.
Yeah,
We're halfway.
we are at cross sticks. Ooh, Dylan Petty looks like he has reeled back in Dylan Thomas as they are slicing and dicing. Looks like the high side's starting to come in, and Dylan Thomas is sticking to his guns down there on the bottom. Earl Jackson sticking to his guns on the high side as well. Looks like the cushion's starting to push up a little higher and higher. Thomas still on the bottom, Petty up high, Earl Jackson up high, trying to get a freight train to run around the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Working every square inch of that bottom down there. Mr. Belt battling it out with Brent Homan for that 4th spot. Another case of the high side versus the low side. Brent Homan making a hard charge on the outside. Matthew Belt hanging tough down low, not letting him get away.
20 laps to go.
20.
They are really ticking them off.
20 to go.
They are ticking them off at this point.
Don't look now, but Earl Jackson in the 2nd spot. 3-way battle for the lead. Earl Jackson looking to claim his first top 3 of the season. But he is not okay with a top 3. He wants that W. Dylan Thomas dropped all the way back to 3rd. Earl Jackson working a back bumper as close as he can to Dylan Petty. As Thomas has found the speed on the top side and is going to follow them.
You can see here on the screen just what the interval is. Not quite a full straightaway yet for those top 3.
Boy, but it's close. You can't even see the top 3 because all their dots covered each other. Ooh, tiny touch of contact between Jackson and Thomas, just enough to upset Dylan Thomas.
You can see here how far back they are. You're looking from 3rd place back to 4th.
Dylan Petty starting to stretch a gap on Earl Jackson, half a second already. About 3 or 4 car lengths. Caution's out.
Quentin Reed. Going into turn 1, everything looks fine.
Around she goes.
Is this just a matter of trying to get too aggressive? Trying to find just that little bit more speed?
Yep, looks like it just rotated a little bit too much to save. And he locks him up here trying to keep from obliterating the inside wall. Re-racks him and stacks him.
12 laps. Only 12 to go. As Joe Wright, well, 13. They're going to give us a lap back. As Joe Wright would say, it's go time. Lights are off one more time around.
Double file this time by.
Well, that changes things a little for Dylan Petty and Earl Jackson.
Yeah, your top three is still Petty, Jackson, Thomas, Holman fourth, Belt fifth. Zach McMillan up from the 11th spot to 6th.
And we're going to take one more lap, just for good measure.
That's your hard charger right there. Zach McMillan up 5 spots. And I'm sure he's not done yet.
And that Grace excavation machine right behind Matt Belt in the Carhartt 41.
Green flag, single file start. I assumed it would be double file. I was wrong on that. Holman throwing it down low, trying to make something happen. Nothing quite there. Matthew Belt going to have the same idea as they both work the bottom, trying to find something, trying to get back into that top 3. Belt really driving it down low, throwing a tire down there in the grass. As Holman's moved up to the top side. That cushion just keeps moving higher and higher. Pretty even spread right now. 4/10 back is, no, but it's closer than that. It's about a half a second from first to third.
Less than 10 to go.
Inside 10 to go. Dylan Petty trying to stretch his lead over Earl Jackson and Dylan Thomas, who are battling it out door to door, going down the backstretch. Nothing quite able to happen just yet. It's going to take a desperation slider to get around Mr. Jackson up on that high side.
Oh, no. Oh, what a save. That's
barely gets to gather back up. That opens the door for Dylan Thomas to almost make a move. Can't quite get it done. Earl Jackson throws it down low, slides it back up. Trying to throw a slider for the lead as Dylan Petty begins to run back away. Here comes another turn 2 slider, door to door. Not enough momentum to make the block.
We're running out of laps. We got 5 laps to go.
Yeah. 5 to go. It's Petty, Jackson, Thomas, Holman, Belt, McMillan, Windy, Bussum, Reed, Bowman, Rockwell.
Can you get enough of a run coming off turn 4?
Not quite enough yet, but they're going to rip the top lip. Thomas bumper to bumper with Earl Jackson. Petty works down the low, kind of diamonding off that corner, trying to get carry as much speed as he can down the backstretch. It remains Petty, Jackson, Thomas like it's been since about lap 10. Jackson jumps the berm. That lets Thomas in.
Oh, and he lost the whole berm.
That moves
last lap.
Brett Holman into third. Matthew Belt to fourth. Jackson all the way back to fifth. Tough break for him after running up front all night. There it is. Petty, Thomas, Holman, Belt, Jackson, McMillan, Buscombe, Windy, Reed, Bowman, and Rockwell is your finishing order. Shoo, boy, that was a barn burner.
And the results aren't quite in yet.
There they are, parked on the podium.
Dylan Petty, Dylan Thomas, Brett Holman.
Woo! That was a lot of action.
Let's see if we can bring these guys in and talk to them, see how that went. I don't see.
Holman's down there in his team channel still.
Let's see if we can. I don't have permissions to drag and drop Mr. Holman. Well, let's start with second place, Dylan Thomas. Dylan, this is Matt and Alex in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Man, what a race. You know, the low line didn't look like it was working tonight, but you had that high line moving. What'd you think from your side of the wheel?
The low side was real good early on. I got the lead from Petty there about 20 laps in, I think. And then the middle just come to life, and I wish I would have found the top sooner. I think I had something for them.
Yeah, here at Lernerville, the top is a very dangerous sword with there being no outside wall, but it is wicked fast. Did that play into your line choice tonight, or were you just ready to send it?
It's really the marbles. With everybody running the middle, I didn't think the top would clean off, and then I went up there in 2 laps and had it blown off enough to where it was safe to run on, but I don't think there was going to be any getting around him running the middle. He was just going to fade up on the straightaway, and it'd take a slider and kill both of us to get by him.
Well, congratulations on the second place finish tonight. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank Mike M Designs for this killer-looking car, y'all for putting on a broadcast, Quentin for throwing this deal together. I know the past hadn't been very good for me and Earl. I want to thank him for running us clean, and Brent Holman and Dylan Petty over at SSR for the 1-2-3 finish.
Well, you got it. Good luck moving forward, and we hope to see you in the near future.
Thank you.
All right, we got Brent Holman. We're going to go a little backwards here. We're going to go 2-3-1. Brent, this is Matt and Alex in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Man, what a race, huh? Is there anything you could have done differently to catch up to Dylan and Dylan tonight?
Oh, had I not gotten an altercation early on and had to fight my way back through the field, I probably could have been up there with those guys, but I used the car up pretty good trying to get back through there.
Yeah, you kind of got a little lucky there at the end with Earl Jackson jumping the berm and dropping all the way back to 5th. Now, I asked Thomas the same thing. Did the fact there's no wall really mentally affect you with running the high side up there?
It does, because I'll be honest, I hate this place. It is my worst track on the schedule.
Well, your worst track, but you still come out in the top 3. I think I'd take a keen liking to it after that.
Yeah, they don't have to burn it down after all.
You must feel the same about this place as I feel about Michigan.
Oh, see, I love Michigan.
Well, hey, great finish tonight. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Mike M Designs does all our paints at SSR, and my teammates Petty and Thomas and the whole SSR crew.
Well, great. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us tonight. We look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you, sir.
And now let's bring in our race winner, Dylan Petty. Dylan Petty, this is Matt and Alex in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy on you.
Nice win tonight. Congratulations. Tell us how the race went from your side of the wheel.
Well, I don't really know how it went. I won. That's a plus. I kind of found the top a little bit before Dylan Thomas did, or the middle per se, not really the top. And just kind of worked it. And I knew it was fast, and I knew if I kept running what I was doing, they couldn't pass me on the top. And I don't think the setup was geared quite right to get up off the bottom, and the bottom had already gone away. So I kind of just stuck to what I knew was fast for me and stayed smooth with it, and it worked out pretty well.
I'm not calling it a streak yet, but this is back-to-back wins, and unofficially you have a 4-point gap over Dylan Thomas with 2 races to go. Can you carry the momentum? Are you try and carry the momentum and seal up the championship with another victory next week?
Well, I'm going to try next week. The only thing is Quentin's done a really good, and he's done the consistent winter challenge. So next week, no matter what I do in the heat race, I'm going to start tailback of the feature and have to start dead last. So it's going to make it a little tougher. Those guys are going to be at the front and be able to try to check out. I'm just going to have to play it safe, pass as many cars as I can, as fast as I can, pray for some cautions, get myself up in the position to get there, and then see what's left in the track and if I can pull it off. I'm definitely going to try. I'm not going to say I won't. I'm going to race as hard as I've been racing all season. It's worked out the last couple of weeks for 2 in a row. So I'm going to try to go for – I really want to go for the 4 in a row and try to win 4 of the 5. That way I can, say I dominated points as much as I can, I would love to do that. But like I said, next week starting tailback is going to make it very difficult. Volusia's a very patience-oriented track. I haven't proven to have much patience at that place because I'm normally fast, so I'm a little aggressive at times. So I'm just going to have to tell myself next week I need to calm down and be smart and just not use anybody up and not use my own stuff up and be there at the very end of it.
Yeah, Volusia's a big half mile, and he can carry a lot of speed off the backstretch into turn 3.
Yeah, I'm really praying if Quentin keeps doing what we've been doing with the racetracks, and resetting them where we need to, and don't reset them and don't touch them, let them play out like it did tonight. I think it'll come to me. I feel like I'm a little better when the track goes completely slick and there's not really a line per se. It's kind of just get it in the line that is fast and be smooth with it. I find myself on the longer green flag runs. I get smoother, I get more in my rhythm, and I get more zoned out of what I'm actually doing, and I drive better that way.
Well, Dylan, congratulations again on the back-to-back wins. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Well, I know she's not watching, but I want to thank my wife. She brought me dinner while I was racing, so I got dinner sitting here beside me ready to go. I got to thank Mike at Mike M Designs. I know he was watching tonight. He's already messaged all of us and said good job. I want to thank my 2 teammates, Dylan Thomas, Brent Homan, for clean racing. Earl Jackson as well. There's been a lot of mishaps between them and us as far as team rivalries go in the last month or so, and he raced me really clean. He got me in the door once on a slide job. It was racing deal. He mic'd up instantly, said he was sorry. I hated to see him drive himself off the top there in 3 and 4 is what it looked like it happened. I couldn't really tell. But I'm going to guess that's probably what happened. He just got a little loose and slipped over. But I want to thank him for the good racing. I want to thank all my guys at Southern Sim Racing, Dylan Thomas, Brent Homan, Josh Blanchard, Corey Whitworth, all my guys over there. Feels good to win, I guess, 2 in a row here. So we're going to try to carry on into next week and see what we can do and just pray that the good Lord lets us win it again. We'll try our best. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting it, and I want to thank Quentin for the league and giving us a place to race on Monday nights.
Roger that. Congratulations again. We look forward to speaking to you again in the near future, we hope.
Yes, sir. We're going to try next week. We'll try to put it back on top of the box for y'all.
All right, roger that. Thank you, Alex. I'm sorry. Thank you, Dylan.
Sir.
Alex, what a race tonight, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's a high-banked 0.4 of a mile bull ring. I mean, it's a recipe for action and drama.
We didn't ask Dylan, and I don't know why. I just thought of this, but he was the winner of $10 cold hard cash tonight. That ought to help a little bit.
Yeah. I believe Quentin said something about it there in the driver's meeting. But, yeah, $10 to the winner.
I wonder if he knows that. Well, if he doesn't, he will soon.
Surprise!
All right. Once again, we want to thank tonight's sponsors, Zach McMillan and Grace Excavation, Dustin Wendy and Team Fast Motorsports, and Brian Uhouse with Uhouse Racing Designs. Hit them up on Facebook or at their respective websites. Again, next week, same time, same channel for Intensity Broadcasting. I'm Matt Knights, joined tonight by Alex Veith. As Atman Atlee Weiss would say, over and out.
Seacrest out.